It's so complicated. We have like 10 people on hold. You know, it used to be when guests would come visit us in the studio, they'd bring a posse. Now we have 17 phone lines all going at the same time.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Shawn? Which one is he on? Where's
Hey,
Shawn?
I'm here.
Oh, my God. Thank you, sweet Jesus. Our phones work. Well,
hey, how are you guys? It feels so good to hear everyone's voice. How
we
are
miss
you?
you. It's so wild. It's actually great to do an interview that's not in a Zoom room. So we can all just kind of,
You can just zone in on how I sound right now. It's
Exactly.
nice. It's different.
We'll tune in to
How is
you
everyone?
sonically. I think we're okay. Danielle, Gandhi, we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
Thank
doing well.
goodness. Thank you.
Well, so we haven't talked to you since the quarantine kicked in. We've been working every single day. Have you been working as well? Have you been writing and doing everything you can to stay sane, or have you taken a little time off?
The first couple of weeks, like the quarantine hit, I moved in with Camila in Miami, and all of a sudden I was like from 15 years old touring the world and in hotel rooms every night to like doing laundry and like learning how to cook for the very first time. And I had this real sense of panic for the first 10 days of like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to write music again. And then it was kind of really nice to learn how to cook, and the smell of laundry was like something that I feel like I didn't smell since like from 14 years old. And I got a journal. I started writing down ideas, and it was the first time I like conceptualized an album in a book before I went into the studio and made it. And I actually think that it worked out better for me in that sense. So, it was really, really nice.
So when we play Wonder in a few minutes, this is actually a song written while you're like doing laundry and cooking.
Yeah.
And no, you're kind of wondering about what the friggin' world's about. I haven't heard it yet. I'm just making assumptions here.
No, it's exactly that. I think that, to be completely honest, 5 months in isolation was a lot of time to reflect and think about my life and think about everyone's life. And, I'm 22 now that I'm getting old. I feel like...
Okay.
You know what?
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
That was the worst thing to say to an old guy. Anyway, but you're we're all being forced to look at the world through new perspective, which is a part of maturing. It doesn't mean, you're getting your bones.
So, yeah.
Your bones are creaky, but
yeah. And I think like something that I really learned was like you don't have to be an expert in anything to know what feels right and wrong in your heart. And I think that, like I said, as I've gotten older, I just feeling like I'm finding my voice a little bit, and I'm more comfortable with what I want to say and how I want to say it. And I realize I'm never going to know everything, so I might as well start saying the things that mean something to me, like right now. I feel like this song is layers and layers of I wonder and reflection and hope and freedom. And to be honest with you, like as a musician and as a person, I've never been so proud of a song or an album, because I can really say like what's coming after this is the essence of who I feel like I am at the moment. And I really hope that everyone feels good about it and kind of connects with it,
Now, going back to what you cook for a minute, not I need to know what is the best thing that you cook? Like, what are you best at?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm naturally a good cook. I think I'm naturally better at other things, but Camila has this great thing where she just like puts tons of salt in it and then it tastes great, or like tons of some other things in it, and she's like pouring different spices and stuff into the food, and I think she's going to ruin it, and then all of a sudden it tastes amazing. So as long as I'm cooking with her, it tastes good. If it's me, I can make a really mean scrambled egg and avocado toast if you'd like that.
Well, how bougie. That is so bougie.
So being like quarantined and doing all of these things and discovering, laundry and whatnot, what have you figured out is your least favorite household chore? Because we all hate different things.
It might be washing the dishes after like Italian dinner night.
Oh,
I just think that's
It's all red.
pretty.
sauce.
It's all red. It's pretty gross.
Yeah,
Things
don't wear
get
a
stuck
white
in the
shirt.
sink. You got to get your hand down there. Yeah,
don't
wear
wear
a
a
white
white
shirt. Take the shirt off.
So back to journaling, because you know what, journaling, as you have found, actually wrote your album, and it's a whole new way to write as a writer, as a performer, as an artist. And a lot of us are doing new things, as we are stapled to the floor in our own homes, cooking and washing and journaling. But getting to know yourself must be mind-opening. And you said you're getting to know you better than you've ever known you in your life. You really know where you are at this moment. Was there anything you learned, you don't have to tell us what it is, anything you learned about yourself that you didn't like, that you want to work on, that you think you're like, oh boy, I failed miserably at this. And is there a song about it on the album? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe, I'm sure that you guys have all felt the same, but like the more time you spend with yourself, the more things you see that are good, but the more things you find that are not good, you know? And it's funny, like I realized that I really can't sit in a quiet room. Like I always have to have like rain sounds or forest sounds in the background. Otherwise I start to like get freaked out. And it's just a weird, anxious thing that I have. So I've been like weaning myself off of rain sounds in the background. But it's weird that this has been such a scary and dark time for everybody. But there is a piece of this moment, I think, where everyone's been able to sit with themselves and find some stillness and hopefully find a place inside of them that is like, oh, I've never been here before. I know who I am a little bit more than I did 6 months ago.
I think the headline is patience. You know, when you have, I must make assumptions here. You starting your career, you've watched your trajectory going this wonderful way most of the time, at least I'm sure you think. And I mean, you're succeeding with one great thing after another, and one great concert and a tour and another album. And it all, I'm not saying it came at rapid speed, but it was like a success story nonstop.
In rapid speed.
You know what?
Totally.
But sometimes it's good to realize that ain't life all the time. Sometimes you can be patient, and you don't have to have great things happening to you every day that are headlines. Sometimes just taking a walk with someone you love, you know?
Oh, and like to hear you say that, I think is so important for me, even just to hear you say that, but for everybody listening, you know, I think that we definitely are spinning in this material success world, and we just want to keep hearing more and more how great we've done. But then when you're kind of forced to stay inside, you realize how special, like you said, going for a walk with someone you love is. And I think that is probably the biggest thing that I've learned over this time. And even with my family, and like the amount of contact I've had with my family has probably times by 5 or 6 since the pandemic started. And it really shows you the importance of those little things, you know?
Well, look, and I can't wait to hear all of your stories on the album, because something tells me there is an overarching theme there. I can't wait to hear the whole thing. Now, before we play the song, and before we were like really quiet and make the room silent to freak you out a little bit, wouldn't that be kind of fun? Let's freak out Shawn Mendes by not saying anything. Talk about the Shawn Mendes Foundation that you started earlier in the summer.
For me, I think the thing that I kept thinking about when it came to charity work was, one, I can't think of one cause that I want to help more than others. I want to kind of help as many causes as I can. And two, I have no idea how to help. And I started working with an amazing team who's helped me kind of build the foundation from scratch. But the point of it is to be able to go onto the website or to get involved with the foundation and read about how you can help in more than one way, because I think you'll see one call to action for one thing that's specific, but if you have 10 or 15 things that you really, really care about, you don't need to donate a ton of money. You don't need to take them all on heavily, but you can take them all on in a really small way and kind of feel this feeling of like, okay, I'm covering everything that I really do care about. And so it's really an educational thing to be able to have people go on the website and be like, okay, now I know how to help this. I haven't been able to find real proper information on how to help this. And it's amazing for me, and just like this whole experience and starting a foundation, like I said before, I'm only 22, so there's been so much that I've learned and wanted to learn. And yeah, I think it's really life-changing, because a lot of the last 5 years has just been about me, and now it's starting to feel like it's about us, and it's really giving my life, and I think just my heart a real place of purpose and happiness. So I'm excited to see what it turns into.
So is it ShawnMendesFoundation.org? I'm taking a guess. What's the address? What's the web address?
I think it's ShawnMendesFoundation.org. Why don't I just type it in and find it right now?
Yeah, why don't you find out? Well, that'd be good, because I want to know where to go. And I think it's great. You know, during these times, we're wondering how we can help, and I'm sure you can clarify and add some direction on this website.
ShawnMendesFoundation.org. Go to ShawnMendesFoundation.org and even follow Shawn Mendes Foundation on Instagram. We're constantly talking about tons and tons of different causes. So I think if you know nothing, this is a great place to start.
All right, Shawn Mendes, foundation.org. Follow them on Instagram. All right, let's play Wonder. It's out today. And, of course, the follow-up will be this incredible album that tells your story. And I'm glad you came on with us, Shawn. It's good to talk to you.
Guys, I missed you so much. I just want to say before I go, thank you. And I feel like, you said it before. Things were moving so fast, and it was this rapid story. I never really got the chance to understand how important and how amazing it is to kind of even just get on the phone with you and be able to reach so many people and talk about things that are important, and that's because of you guys. So I just wanted to say thank you on air or off air and kind of send love to everybody that's listening, because this is really cool to be able to do this still. So thanks, guys.
Well, much needed. Shawn, have a great day. And here is Wonder.